Moving on to item 2, prayer pledge. Mr. Toscano, please.
Sir, Mr. Selby, would you like to please go on this morning?
Yes, please write ahead. Dear Lord, we thank you for everything you do for us each and every day. We thank you for all of the great privileges we have in this country that you've blessed upon us. Please help all the people understand and to realize the great wealth of freedom that we have. This freedom came at sacrifices by many before us and even today. Help them see that without participation in the process, that democracy can't survive. We are so blessed with the results of the election and the bond. We thank those who did participate, and we hope others will see the wisdom of getting more involved. In your name we pray. Amen. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to item 3A, consideration and approval of a resolution canvassing the returns and declaring the results of the bond election and other matters in connection therewith.
The trustees, at this time, I'd like for Mr. Selby to come on up and report to the board a summary of the results of the bond election.
Mr. Toscano, board members, thank you. As Mr. Toscano indicated, what the purpose of canvassing the vote is for the board to take formal action on the results of, in this case, the 2016 bond election. As part of the requirements of the law, you will have attached in your board packet information which has been signed off by the voter administrator for Bear County elections, Jackie Callanan. And what we will have is and we will go through, I will go through for you the total early votes, total election day votes, and then the total votes that took place. As required under the election code, also attached to your packet are the results of the voting that took place by county voting precinct, but through the grace of God, I won't go through all of those. And so if you look at the packet, it's on page 10 of your board packet. It is called the media report. It will also indicate that it's unofficial results, and it's unofficial because you haven't taken action yet. In the early voting for the bond, you had 484 in favor, or for, and 238 against. On election day, you had 315 for and 221 against. And the total votes are 799 to 459, or 63.51% in favor and 36.49% against. So the bond proposition did pass. You'll also notice at the bottom that there were 17 undervotes. An undervote is whenever someone goes in to cast their votes but didn't vote on everything that was on the ballot. So in this particular case, there was also, for the people in this area, a Alamo Community College District Trustee election taking place. So what appeared to have happened was 17 people came in and voted for that but didn't vote for the bond. And so those are the results of the 2016 bond election. I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have. What you're voting on is a resolution that's attached to your packet that is approving those results of those elections.
Anybody have any questions for Mr. Sullivan?
Can we get a copy of all the different precincts?
Yes, it's attached in your board packet. It's on your electronic board packet, but we'll certainly make a copy.
We can get you a hard copy before you do that. Yeah.
Be glad to.
And I was just curious about the percentages, the previous bond. I mean, you might not have it off the top, but I was just wondering how we fared this time versus the last time in terms of just general percentage. Do we do better?
I have a tremendous memory, but I have tremendous memory, but also wrote it down. In the last 2008 bond election, there were 1,228 for, or 56% voted in favor of the bond proposition, and 958 against, or 44% against. At a total vote of 2,186. This election in 2016 had 1,258. Based on the estimated number of registered voters in our district of around 32,000, the last election in 2008 had just over 6%, 6.8%, and this election had around 3.9, almost 4%. So it's unfortunate that the number of people participating wasn't what we had hoped for. We certainly tried and got that message out, but there really wasn't anything else on the ballot. I mean, an Elmo Community College District trustee, nothing against them, but that isn't a great draw. And then the bond, you had to purposely come up here to vote for the bond. It's not like you were part of a gubernatorial election or a city council election or a county-wide election. There just weren't any of those taking place. And also, unfortunately, for other entities throughout the county and throughout the state, the voter turnout was dismal everywhere.
What was the 2008 election, a May election as well?
Yes, but it was also, I don't remember what else was on there, but there was a countywide election of some type that allowed for more people to come to the polls. It wasn't just the bond that drew them to the polls.
Do we consider the early voting at the high school being successful? Was there a larger turnout over what used to happen at John Glenn for the early voting? I mean, did we bring in our 18-year-old kids voting?
From what we can tell, a number of the high school kids did vote there. Was it more than would have come up here? I think it was, but I can't say that.
Okay, well, that's fine. Just, I mean, it really doesn't matter. It's a good place to have an election because John Glenn's doesn't really lend itself to taking part of that campus away for elections, and the bottom of the center was a really good choice. So, yeah, so it's good stuff. All right. You know, from my perspective, as you said earlier, y'all did yeoman's work trying to get the word out. Many meetings, lots of nights. I know the staff heard a lot of presentations, and the two of y'all were probably doing them in your sleep, I'm sure. But we appreciate the hard work that y'all put into that effort to get the bond passed. All the staff who worked on those frequently asked questions and the literature that was presented, it was really good stuff. So we appreciate the effort that y'all put into that. And we appreciate the community, at least the ones that went out and voting for the issue. So, you know, it's kind of like the old adage, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I said yeah.
Okay. Good choice.
All right. Thank you, sir. Any more questions? No? Okay.
Good job.
Trustees, I recommend board approval of the attached resolution canvassing the returns and declaring the results of a bond election and other matters in connection therewith.
Thank you, sir. We have a recommendation from the superintendent. Chair will entertain a motion.
So moved.
We have a motion by Mr. Garza. Is there a second? We have a second by Ms. Brazil and Mr. Massengale. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Do you have any announcements for us? Anything before we adjourn?
No, sir, not in particular. However, we are, as indicated, we emailed staff beginning the preliminary design process regarding the elementary and performing arts. So we'll be bringing some thoughts to you guys. We asked LPA yesterday to gather some photos of some exterior elevations of some facilities that they've built recently here, and that they're partnered with their LPA, the company originated from California, so they built some in California also that they feel may lend themselves to the hill country kind of, you know, water recapture cistern, you know, rock kind of barn style metal, you know, real efficient construction, real adaptable spaces. Just kind of some of the things that we had described over the last year or so to them. So just to get us started and to maybe engage the St. Edmund community a little bit with some of those possibilities.
Look forward to seeing some of that and becoming the prominent architectural feature in St. Edward,
Sir.
other than the church, of course.
So Mr. Selby and I are heading to Somerset this morning to take a look at one of those facilities that they think may meet some of those characteristics we've been talking about. So.
Okay, cool. All right, anybody else have anything? If not, Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Have a motion by Mr. Garza, is there a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Pascal. All in favor? Aye, we're adjourned. Thank you very much.
It went in.